Brandon Baxter in the morning, 101.7 Kiss FM.
We are excited to have on the phone with us this morning a man who's a wrestling icon. He's a legend. He's been around the world, and he's coming back to Northeast Arkansas. People in Northeast Arkansas, Southeast Missouri, over there in Western Tennessee and Mississippi, Ohio, they're all thinking about coming down to Paragould on Saturday night. The BC Lloyd Building, 7 o'clock for the return of the Universal Hearththrob, Austin Idol. Austin, good morning.
Thank you, Brandon. I really, really appreciate it, man. I've heard the greatest things about Kiss right there with you and everybody else. Lori, I've heard a couple things about you. We'll talk about those off the air. But, man, I'm pumped, baby. I'm stoked. I'm hyped, amped up, ramped up, you name it. I've got it all going on, man. So I'm really looking forward to get back into the area.
It's crazy because this event, Aaron Polston and RWA is just kind of getting things going again. But wrestling around here has happened. There's been a lot of wrestling shows for a lot of years. And one of the guys that always has seemed like they were kind of the guy that nobody could ever get. Nobody could ever find the money. Nobody could ever put it together to work something out was Austin Idol. We've had Lawler come around. We have Dundee. We have Jimmy Hart. And all these guys are great. And people come out to see him. But Austin Idol was almost like this untouchable guy that nobody could get the confirmation from. Nobody could get the dates on him. And what in the world, man? What happened? How did all these stars align to get you to come back to Northeast Arkansas and to Paragould on Saturday?
Deep pockets.
Is that what it is?
Deep pockets.
Nobody else can afford this.
Deep pockets, baby. It's all about deep pockets. And Aaron Polston, he didn't play any games. And he kind of tracked me down, and one thing led to another, and we got a deal. But I'm excited about it because it's been such a long time since I've been up there. I mean, gosh. And, of course, everybody remembers the Jerry Lawler, run with Lawler and Tommy Rich and that whole thing, which was totally insane. And really, I haven't been, I can't even remember the last time I was in Jonesboro. And I believe even when I was wrestling up there, kind of on that in and out basis, I'd come and go. I'd probably only hit Jonesboro, a handful of times.
That's why this is so neat.
It was on a Saturday night. I believe it was on a Saturday night.
So what's going on in the world of Austin Idol? Because, we've all followed the career. What's happening now?
Busy. I'm a co-owner in an athletic apparel company called Why Not, as in Y-N-O-T apparel. It's kind of an upstart, so those are never easy to do. But the time is always right for an entrepreneur. So we have a nice team in place. My partner lives in New York City, and we have an exclusive royalty agreement with a company that's been in business for about 30 years, and they've had clients everywhere from Disney to FedEx. So they're very, very established. So we've kind of got that ball rolling and moving, and we're cautiously optimistic about it because you never know. So and you never say, oh, it's a slam dunk, because rarely is anything a slam dunk. But nevertheless, it's a project that's moving, and we're pretty encouraged by it.
Are you bringing any of the product down here? I know you're going to do some autograph stuff and the meet and greet and stuff like that, and probably have a table set up with all kinds of photos. Are you bringing the Why Not stuff? Because I've seen it and it looks really cool.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a possibility, but I'm not so sure. I might bring just a few samples for some people to take a peek at. But and our thing with the Why Not, Brandon, is that we're really going after the high fruit. So we're not picking the low fruit. Even though we want to be in as many retail outlets and markets that we can be, but we're going after the major retail chains. And actually, we're working on a possibility with Coca-Cola. So why not Coke? If that were to happen, then we could go into the stratosphere pretty quickly.
Man, that'd be awesome. So when people come out on Saturday to be a part of this wrestling event in Paragould, you're going to be there. They have the Boogie Woogie Man Handsome Jimmy Valiant there. They have the Rock and Roll Express. They have Jerry Lynn. The meet and greet before the show is going to be a deal where people can come by and take photos with you and get autographs and probably relive some of those classic stories.
Oh, yeah, we're going to do it all. We're no holds barred. There'll be pictures, DVDs, you name it, we'll take pictures. Matter of fact, I'm going to bring you the CWA heavyweight title. It's a replica belt, but I just commissioned to have it made by Dave Milliken. It's an awesome belt, man. It's an awesome belt, and I held that title at one time. Of course, Lawler had it, and a host of guys had it. But I'm going to bring the belt with me so fans could actually maybe take some pictures, with me and them holding the belt. So it might be kind of a cool thing.
What's your favorite memory of the Memphis stuff? Because, I know you did stuff nationally, but of course around here people think about the Memphis days. Is there any one moment, was there anything that really stands out as this was your shining moment working in the Memphis company?
Oh, man. So many events there. Gosh, I mean, I think the culmination of was shaving Lawler's head, you know, because nobody figured that, and people still talk about that to this day. I mean, I get that constantly, Brandon. You know, but tell me about the night with you and Lawler and Tommy Rich under the ring and yada yada, and sold out crowd that they wanted to kill you. You know, I mean, they would have, if they could have gotten to us, they would have lynched us.
Yeah,
you know, they would have lynched us for sure right there. They'd have killed us. That was a very hot, riotous crowd that night. So I mean, that kind of stands out as one of the, probably the big thing in Memphis. Because who would have thunk it?
I mean, I know because I've seen the footage of it. I didn't actually get to be there, but I mean, to go back and to watch that and the surprise and look on the faces, because I mean, nobody thought Lawler was going to lose. They thought Austin Idol was going to have the head shaved. And I remember seeing you guys having to be escorted up that long aisle at the Mid-South Coliseum, and it probably felt like forever to get to the dressing room.
The escorts would have had to catch up with me. You know, I told Tommy Rich in the ring, because there was one guy, they were climbing the cage trying to get in the ring, you know, and I told Tommy, I said, when we hit the ring, don't wait around. And there were not that many cops there, and the cops couldn't do anything against 10, 12,000 people. So It was one of those instances. They were so stunned, so shocked, and really when it all set in and they figured it out, like, damn, Lawler just got his head shaved. He kind of got screwed.
Yeah.
We're going to kill those guys.
Oh.
So I told Tommy, I said, you better get your gold medal act together, because I'm sprinting. Yeah, I'm going for the gold, baby.
You ain't hanging around to help Tommy, huh?
No, I'm going for the gold. No, so we made it, though.
So inside this cage, this is a kind of cool story for like David, who didn't see this deal. Tommy Rich was hiding underneath the ring, comes out and ends up in the cage, and it's like this big shocking moment. How long do you think Tommy was under there?
Oh, 5, 6 hours, maybe. You know, he was there a long time. Matter of fact, he had just gotten in from Japan. So, you know, that's a long trip. You've got jet lag. So he was, you know, his whole body was upside down anyway, you know. And he had to be into the ring prior to the fans coming into the building. Oh. So he was under a long time, very, very long time.
Did he have his cooler packed underneath the ring? That's another question.
I didn't see it, but I would suspect there could be some evidence still remaining there at the Mid-South. There's no telling what his DNA is there.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Do you still watch wrestling now?
No.
You done with it?
No. Well, I don't know. You know, I just don't. I really don't have time, and I don't have that much interest, and it's changed so much. You know, but you know, you never knock success. Anybody who's successful, you know, you have to give them credit. But it's just changed so much. You know, and and I hear it all the time on the street. You know, kind of that same question you just asked me. Do you ever watch wrestling? And they always tell me, man, it ain't like it used to be. It ain't like it used to be. Well, nothing is, right? But no, I really don't watch it too much.
Do you have a lot of these young guys, though, that reach out to you? Because, I mean, you're one of these figures in wrestling that a lot of people look at, and they're like, man, this guy was untouchable. And quite frankly, I know that people have wanted to book you all over the place, and, you know, you don't accept bookings, and things have to be right. It's almost like it needs to be on your time and schedule. Do these guys reach out to you like you're this icon, and these young guys? Do you ever talk to many of those young stars?
Not really. I mean, occasionally. You know, I'm not plugging my website, but Austin Idol Live, I'm sure you've seen it, Brandon, AustinIdolLive.com. You know, there's a contact tab there where people can contact me, and they do very, very regularly, and they have been like crazy here lately since the Paragould commitment. But, you know, every once in a while I'll get an email from somebody and say, hey, I'm just starting out, do you have any tips or whatever? But it's such a different business now. You know, that's the thing. You know, you'd almost have to take somebody who is serious, you know, and say, look, I'll take you under my wing to some degree, and I mean, if nothing else, teach you how to make an interview, cut a promo. I mean, you know, that's how you get fannies in the seats.
Well, that was the deal that I think that you did different is you looked like a star, you looked different, you carried yourself different, you carried yourself like you were a superstar, and you could talk people into the building, which made it even easier for you because people were already ready to watch you before you even stepped in a ring.
That's where, you know, you're in the same business, Brandon. I mean, you know, I've heard you, you know, and I mean, you have to create excitement, you have to create interest, and you got to have that dynamic personality and make people want to spend their hard-earned money to come in and see you or hear you, whatever it may be. To you know, so it's a talent, you know, that you just don't cultivate it overnight, but you have to cultivate it quickly. You got to get it fast, and you have to hone it and sharpen it up, you know. And you then hope that it's effective.
Let me pretend for a second that I'm Lance Russell, and we're standing there on the WMC TV set, and you're talking about the show that's coming up in Paragould on Saturday night. This is your promo time. What do you say to those people to talk them into the building for the show at the BC Lloyd building?
Lance, I don't know if you've already heard this thing or not. I don't even know if you can still hear. I'm assuming that you can, but if you can't, turn up your miracle ears, your hearing aids, whatever the case may be. But Paragould, Arkansas, Saturday night at the BC Lloyd building at the Greene County Fairgrounds. It's going to be pandemonium. There's going to be more action than those people have seen ever in their lifetime. You know, they say Haley's Comet only comes once every how many years, Lance? Can you remember? Is it 100 years? Is it 1,000 years? Well, this is a one-time event, and what makes it so incredibly dynamic is that yours truly, the one and only Universal Hearththrob, 242 pounds from Las Vegas, Nevada, the women's pet and the men's regret, will be there signing autographs. The women will be fainting as they always have. They'll say, God, he looks better than he used to. Oh, my gosh. The men will be saying, how can he still look so good and we still look so bad? We don't care. We don't care if we're jealous of him. We don't care if we're agreeing with any of him. We don't care how much money he has. All we want to know, give me some tips, Isla. How do you do it? How do you stay in shape? How do you still look so good? How do you still look so sexy? And the women will come up, and I know they're going to come up. The red carpet will be laid out, Brandon. They're going to, you too, Lance, if you can still hear. And they'll be walking down that red carpet, lining up to get a hug, to get a squeeze. Maybe they'll get a kiss. We don't know. Lawler will probably be first in line with his phone number. Drop your hotel key, your motel key. It ain't going to do no good. But on Saturday night, baby, it's going to be rock and roll heaven with yours truly, Austin Knight.
Man, that brings back some memories and gives you goosebumps right there. And we can't wait to see you on Saturday night, man.
Okay, my pleasure, man. My pleasure. Laura, I'm kidding about the hotel key.
Yeah, thank you.
Austin Idol, everybody.
I know. She's already filing a lawsuit. It's a joke.
I know.
We'll see you Saturday night, man.
Okay, love y'all.
You got it on Brandon Baxter in the morning on 101.7 KISS FM.